Okay, cool.
Hi guys, my name is Mavis from Hastien. I work at Kielate Flat Timbers. It is a sawmill in Karatra. On the 9th of October, I was assaulted by a co-worker that was under the influence of alcohol. In the assault, he damaged my right shoulder in such an extent that my nerves were damaged, and as the shoulder in the shoulder blade is basically this. When he assaulted me, the whole knob moved out of its socket and the tendons got damaged, the nerves got damaged, and the muscles got damaged. In such a state, I'm right-handed, that I basically lost all movement and control over my right arm. My pointing finger and my middle finger got so much swollen that I had the grip of basically a 2-year-old, which was very clumsy. When I picked up something at a stage, I wouldn't feel it, I would drop it. It was really impossible for me to do anything with my right hand. It was put into a sling for healing. I went a week later to start with physiotherapy. They basically started the physiotherapy just to help me to relieve pain, not really to heal something. The third visit, we managed for me to lift up my arm 90 degrees, but only with the help of my left hand. My fingers were still swollen and it was still very, very painful. I had to drink my painkillers. But when I went for the 4th therapy, she said she didn't need to help me anyway or see anything, and the only reason what she also could state was that it was a miracle that I was healed completely. Sunday, a week ago, I was approached by one of my fellow church members. He asked if he could pray for my shoulder after the service, and I said awesome, because I do believe in healing.
Yes.
And so we started with the service and the praise and the worship. During the praise and worship, one of our other members, a lady, walked to the podium and she declared that one of the person's right knees are healed. At that stage, Yaku was inspired by the Holy Spirit and he started praying for my shoulder. And he asked the Lord to heal it immediately. And a lot of my other friends also started praying for my shoulder. At that stage, I was with my shoulder band on, my arm sling was on. I got an incredible hot burning sensation. It almost felt like electric pulses from my shoulder to my fingers. First my thumb, then the pointing, then the middle finger, then the ring finger, then the pinky. The pulses were so intense that I had to remove my arm sling because it felt like the arm sling was burning me. It was very uncomfortable. During praise and worship, I basically was cut off from the service because I didn't participate at that stage in the worship, and I took the sling off and I started shaking my hand and I started moving my arm basically to get rid of all these pulses that was happening. And by the end of the time, I was standing like the only person in church, because praise and worship ended at that stage and everybody was sitting down, and I was like waving my arm and the pastor said, is there healing? And I was like, yes. And he says, would you like to share? And I'm like, please. So I ran to the podium and I grabbed the guy that's leg was
also healed.
I said, come on. And so I was like a child in a sweet store, and I was just like, I think most of it was incoherent babbling that I was saying, because it was just like, I was so full of the Holy Spirit.
It was fine. Praise the Here.
Praise the Here. Praise the Lord. He is so good and he's so awesome in so many ways that he can turn an assault at work into something so beautiful and glorify his name, because as you all know that in Isaiah 54 from verse 13 to 17 it states, not bad things won't happen to you. It says, if some bad things happen to you, no weapon will be formed against you. So please go and read that few verses.